34 years ago, I was introduced to the world through the Central Park Jogger case. And of course, as you know, the Central Park Jogger case wasn't a case where people looked at the law and said, you're innocent until proven guilty. They looked at the color of our skin.
Right.
And because I was from Harlem, they sent me and 4 other young men to prison for crimes we didn't commit. And what they were trying to do really was that they were trying to alter everything that our ancestors had thought about what we could be. What they were trying to alter was the fact that we were supposed to be our ancestors' wildest dreams. They wanted people to believe that we were our ancestors' wildest nightmares. That we had somehow turned into the monsters that the system wanted to believe black and brown people to be. But let me tell you, the people in my community never gave up on us.
Right.
They never gave up. My story is a story that so many people have heard because they've also had the same experience, where they've had loved ones who've gone to prison for crimes that they didn't commit. But what I want to tell you is that if you have anyone who is in prison right now, remember to remind them to never give up.
Amen.
Never give up on themselves. Never give up on dreaming, because it all matters. One day they're going to come home. And I want them to be able to do exactly what I did with my life. Because even though I wasn't a criminal, they wanted me to accept that somehow I became a criminal. Even though I never, ever, ever planned to be dead or in jail before I reached the age of 21. Somehow, in our community, we keep watering that evil seed because we still somehow succumb to that false narrative. The beauty of my story is that my story talks about hope. My story talks about Cardi B.
Okay.
Y'all heard of Cardi B before, right? Cardi B said what? She said, knock me down 9 times, I'll get up 10. It's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story. That young child just said water is healthy. I love it. I love it. See, they already know. What is the most healthiest thing that you can drink? Yeah, you should drink more of it. Often. But I'm telling you, the best thing that we can give ourselves is a fighting chance. And the best thing about where we are right now is that we're in an auditorium that I used to go to. I might have been your ages when I used to go to this school. Yeah. And we're back. Why are we here? Because education is the passport to our future. Even Malcolm X, when he went to prison, he said that people who were getting educated never came back. What they found out was what? They found out that the more you get educated, the more options you have in your life. When you stop getting educated, you arrest your development. We got to give ourselves fighting chances. And so I'm happy to be here because my story is a story, like I said, that everybody knows about. Everybody knows about it because there was a beautiful documentary created called The Central Park 5. And then just recently, there was a beautiful Netflix series called When They See Us.
So that.
That story was based on our lives. I was the one who had the flat top. I was the one whose good friend Corey Wise went with him to the to the precinct, because we thought that we would be able to say something and be home before our moms came home. I'm telling you, this one is loud. Uh-oh. Can y'all hear me now? I was the one, like I was saying, who had the flat top. 34 years ago, I was the one who said, I'm gonna go to the police and tell them what I saw. And I'll be home before my mom gets back.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about Miranda.
Oh no.
And young people, y'all need to know about Miranda.
No.
Somebody said, who's Miranda? That's what I said too.
No.
I'm telling you, that's exactly what I said, because they don't teach us about Miranda. Miranda is your rights to remain silent. Because if you don't remain silent, if you say, you know what, I know I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm gonna just tell them what I saw, I'm gonna tell them whatever, because I know I didn't do anything wrong. Your first right says you have the right to remain silent. If you fail to remain silent, your second right says anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Not might be used against you. They're telling you right there that they're going to take your words and they're going to twist them against you and use them against you. The beautiful thing about my story is that we have the opportunity to examine it with everything that we know right now. We have the beautiful opportunity. What's the average age of the youngest person in this room?
4.
10, 7, 4. I got 10 children. My oldest child is 27. The next one down is 25. Then I got a 22-year-old, a 21-year-old, a 20-year-old, a 19-year-old. Then I got a 14-year-old. And then I got an 11-year-old. And then a 9-year-old. And I have a 7-year-old. And let me tell you, I tell my children all the time, educate yourself.